I'm also a mentor on Facebook.
And people can contact you and you'll get back to them?
Yes, you can contact me on my Facebook page. I have an email address at jswigert69@gmail.com as well.
That is JSWIGERT69@gmail.com.
Yes, that's correct.
I can see your cells popping up already with your homemade Floetrol.
Yeah, they pop up immediately. And then whenever I get done with this, then I will come in with a closer view for you all. Now along the edge here, I'm just going to go down with a smaller swipe. And I'll come in closer with the camera, then they'll see them closer. If they're instantaneous cells. That isn't that good. I'm just trying to pull this over the edge is why I went back over it. And I can go back over my cell activator. It doesn't mud the paint. That's why I like my cell activator. A lot of times if you get the wrong cell activator or use other cell activators, if you go back over it, it will mud your paint. My paint colors stay the same color and I can go back over them. When you're using paper towels, you always want to make sure that you use the flat end of the paper towel. Sometimes they're bent. And you just place the paper towel there and let the paper towel set down into your absorbent, your cell activator, and just it glides right across your paint. There's no force needed. Paper towel does all the work for you. I'm just trying to cover my edges. Since I've got this much here done, I do want to torch it to bring more color activity to the surface.
And do you torch multiple times then, Frida, during the period of doing your artwork?
I do it once during the process, and then I always like it. I like to torch my stuff 3 times. To get better color and better cell activation.
And that torch really brought out your cells.
Yeah. And I'll let it be until I get done with the canvas, and then I'll go back over it. I don't know if this is going to pull down this direction. It probably will. But that's long strokes. Probably should have done. I should do this again. I'm going to do it anyhow. I wanted that coverage to come all the way down and not stop here. So I'm going to have to pour some cell activator here because it's a long stretch for it to wind around. It's an 18 by 24 canvas, and it's a long stretch on the corners.
I do love these colors. They're so vibrant and beautiful.
Thank you. You can show them the other 2 work pictures I did if you want real quick.
Okay, as she's doing that, we'll show you 2 other pictures that she just did.
And I did a doe picture as well.
Here is one that she did that she needs to resin yet, but look at the detail in this. It's absolutely beautiful.
Are you done?
No, Grayson.
And here is another one that she has done that I absolutely love. I love the tribal look to it. And this is using her cell activator, just like she's doing right now. Just gorgeous. He's got to be in here. That was Hunter. He would be quiet.
Just say sorry about the interruption with my grandson.
Sorry about the interruption. That was just the grandson just trying to come into the video. We have him up here for vacation right now for summertime. Now you poured more cell activator to swipe the rest over in that section.
It's a corner. It's an 18 by 24 canvas. The cell activator won't reach that long from there to there.
Okay.
So I have to do it at all the corners. Had it been one of my other smaller 16 by 20, even on the 16 by 20s I have to do it too. If you're on a 10 by 10, 12 by 12, 14 by 14, then it's different. But when it comes to an odd number like 16 by 20, 18 by 24, on the corners, then you have to put a separate stroke of cell activator because it will not reach on that length, the odd length.
The cells are just popping up like crazy over on that side. They look beautiful from here. And using paper towel is a very good, unique way of creating that and doing your swipes.
Yeah, I want to turn my photo around.
Okay.
I like to have it closer to me so I can get my sides better. Oh, can you unstick me back there?
So you moved the picture around so you could get better.
So I can see my sides as I'm swiping them. And work with the side that I'm closest to. So I can see, what's going on the side of the canvas. And if you don't want to worry about your sides, you can always tape them off and paint them a different color like black or whatever. But I like to try to make my sides blend in with my canvas. It's all on your call. Some people tape them off and paint them after they're done. Of whatever color they want. I just try to blend it in with my swipes. And I'll get that in a little bit. That's because I couldn't see it because it was not to me, Just take my next few towels and cover it.
You got a lot of the swiping done. It doesn't really take as long as what I think it should. It takes long enough,
It
but
takes a minute.
but
It surely does.
that paper towel really works smooth on doing the swipes.
Yeah, you just let it fall into it, and then you kind of got to put just a tiny bit of pressure so your paint will move with it, but not, I'm not even calling it pressure. My finger's just letting the paper towel do the work.
And you're just gently pulling it across
Letting it glide across my paint.
Okay.
You put too much pressure and you'll be down to your canvas and you'll be removing your paint.
Okay.
Some people like to say let it set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No pressure, just let that paper towel do the work. Let's watch that again. Let it fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and I'm just pulling. That is it.
Beautiful technique.
Paper towel's doing all the work.
You make it look like I could even do this.
Yeah, anybody can do it. Truly, they can. We're back at the corner again, so you know the corners are long and apparently don't like to work with us. Not on a big canvas. I got solid activator on top of solid activator here, but that's okay because we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to do the count process, you can. I don't need to, but I was just doing it to show you what I did, what you can do. That way you don't have to worry about if I'm going to, because if you count to 5, all you got to do is just drag your towel. No fingers are needed.
And it absorbs by itself.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just merely holding back into the towel, and that's it.
And that paper towel is absorbing into your...
The paper towel has enough weight at the count of 5. All you gotta do is just let it go. 2 fingers. A paper towel with 2 fingers. You let it fall in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has absorbed enough paint at that time. All you gotta do is just pull it. And that's it. It does all the work for you from that point on. So anybody could swipe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every time, and you're not going to mess that swipe up. Now, if you're going to go before that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let me show you. You've got to help it. You have to apply pressure down and pull at the same time. That you do have to do. If you pull it before 5, it ain't absorbed enough, so you have to push down at the same time you're pulling back. Because it has not absorbed enough weight to help you. That's the thing you have to remember. If you pull before 5, even though I'm making it look like I'm not, I'm actually pushing down on that towel. Because if you pull before 5, but that's already 5, so now I don't have to. But anytime you pull before 5, and you're like, oh, it didn't pull it.
What would happen if you left it on there, like you got interrupted and you left it on there for more than 5 seconds? Is that going to be a problem?
You'll drag your paint off your canvas.
You'll drag it all off. Okay.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Just in case, like for you with having a grandson up here, you know,
still
you
have
can
to
get
pay
interrupted.
attention. You still have to pay attention. You can't stop the swipe process. Yeah. And yes, some people says you got to change your towel out. You just saw me do 1, 2, 3.
So you can use the same strip of paper toweling for a couple, 2, 3
4.
swipes. 4 stripes.
Want
Okay.
to go for a 4th, 5th one?
Sure. Let's go for a 5th one. Let's see what it looks like.
You don't have to throw it away. You need just a teeny bit of cell activator to do that last piece. It does not have to be thrown away. You just sat right there and saw me do 5. Since that's a small strip, I'm going to fold my towel in half because you don't want to pull a whole thing. Not to pull my canvas because I got a bend in it. Yeah, I experimented with that changing the paper towel, and it does not have to be changed. I've
Okay.
seen some white, yellow cells pop up over here just as I was talking, right there.
So
They
you've
pop up.
done all your swiping.
Yeah.
Now we're going to torch again, correct?
After I wipe my hands real quick.
Okay.
The cells are still popping up because as I was coming over here to get my gold, I saw those yellow ones pop up. And they still will pop up through the night even, or until it stops drying. Now I will torch for not only air, see there's air bubbles that have come through the swipe process as well. But more cells will pop up as well. And yeah, I didn't torch this up in here because I don't know, or swipe it because I don't know where the wolf's head and mouth and all that is. It's actually a big bodied wolf. And if it needs to be swiped or something, I'll figure that out in the next video. But for now, this is what we'll work with. What I do now at this point is I torch the entire canvas. And there's a lot of cells that up in here in the gold. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but I know that they're there. A lot of cells in the gold. And then I just wait now, because I'll torch again and again. I torch 3 times. Now I take my toothpick along my edge, or a stick, or whatever, and clean my edges. Always want to clean your edges. Pretty good.
Very beautiful. The cells are just popping up like crazy.
Yeah, we got red ones coming up in here now. Because this is the side I just did, so it'll take just a minute before them pop up.
The other side, the cells are so vibrant. Okay. So this is your final torch then, Frida?
Yeah, I torched again while we were off on pause. And then this is the third torch. I like it 3 times the torch because the second time brought out a lot of pops and a lot of colors. And this is my final torch. You don't want to torch too much because I have burnt my canvases in the past in a couple of spots. So this is like what I call the 3 strikes and you're out. It's the third time and that's it. Just brings out a lot of color, pops out your color and your cells. Because you just definitely don't want to burn your paint. I didn't really burn the canvas, I burnt the paint.
definitely have a lot more cells that have popped up since we last recorded on your first torch
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah. And that's why I like doing it 3 times, because it brings out all these colorful cells and stuff that you don't get if you don't torch. You don't get them. I don't care what your weather climate is or what your temperatures are. If you don't torch adequately and properly, you're not going to get the pretty stuff. If you just sit there and try to let the course play its course, you're going to get what the course gives you. You have to do what's needed to be done to get the pretty out. And it also brings out the color of your, not only just your cells, but your paint itself.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of cells pop up with the darker colors that you have in them.
It even brings out the lines and the depths of your lines and the color. It makes it all just pop. And if you don't bring this heat to it, it won't do that. It'll just stay the way it was whenever you first looked at it and you first torched it. I know, because I've been doing this for a while now. And you always get better results by a 3-time torch. And I don't get caterpillars and stuff like that, because I don't get on there and burn torch up on high torch levels. You won't find caterpillars in my paintings and stuff like that. You just find pretty cells at timed apart. But even my lines, my color lines, become more vivid and bold. That wouldn't be that vivid and bold if I didn't put that heat to it. You got to put that heat to it to bring that color out. What brings the color out of your painting is the heat. But you don't want to keep going and going and going. See how that orange is starting to come to the surface, that orange line there?
Yes.
And that's because of this heat. I like to bring my lines up to the surface as well as my cells. You see those lines popping up?
Yes, we definitely can.
And that's what I like. It's all part of the painting. If you don't bring that in-depth stuff to the surface, then you don't have a pretty painting. And it's just the lines and the texture of the lines as well as the cells. I like to bring that texture up.
Definitely. Just absolutely beautiful.
And that's why I like to torch 3 times, to bring in all this depth of the colors and the cells. It just brings it all up to the surface. And you wouldn't get that if you don't torch.
Beautiful.
It's not going to come up overnight while the paint's drying or anything. I've done many and many of paintings, and I know better. I know from experience.
Just beautiful, Frida.
Okay, and I will resume this video after this dries tomorrow when I come back out to pull the sticker up.
Sounds wonderful. Everyone have a great night.